You who feel the ground trembling beneath your familiar life, listen as my scarlet hide gleams like a banner over the wilderness of your becoming. What you call restlessness is not disorder, it is the drum of destiny sounding from beneath your ribs. You are not being scattered, you are being repositioned, and your gift is waiting in the place where your spirit can finally breathe without apology.
You who have sat beside old doors wondering why their hinges no longer sing for you, hear me from the throne of crimson vision. The heaviness you feel is not rejection. It is the sacred weight of transition pressing you toward a larger room. Your beauty, your voice, your wisdom, and your fire were never meant to be buried in soil that cannot nourish what you carry.
I rise beneath you as momentum, as power, as the living force that refuses to let your purpose wither in the wrong atmosphere. You have tried to settle where your soul has already outgrown the walls, and that is why peace has become a stranger in places that once comforted you. Do not curse the discomfort, because it is the strong hand of awakening guiding you out of limitation and into alignment.
I lift the golden cup of your becoming and tell you that not every ending is a wound. Some endings are crowns being removed from small tables so they can be placed upon greater altars. You are not losing what matters. You are being separated from what cannot cross the threshold of your next season.
Your gift is not lost, and it has not been forgotten by the heavens of your own deep calling. It has been delayed by placement, restrained by rooms too narrow, dimmed by company too small, and pressed down by atmospheres that did not recognize its fragrance. Now the old ground loosens round your roots, because you are being uprooted not to be abandoned, but to be replanted where growth is inevitable.
You have wondered why conversations that once fed you now leave you hungry, why familiar laughter now echoes with distance, why old routines feel like garments sewn for a former body. This is not confusion, this is clarity arriving in the language of discomfort. Your desires are being refined, your appetite is being redirected, and your inner compass is turning toward the place prepared for your expansion.
Do not mistake the shaking for destruction, beloved of the scarlet horizon. The shaking is the breaking open of the shell that could no longer contain your strength. If the ground had remained easy beneath you, you might have stayed too long, and what was meant to rise and you would have remained sleeping under the dust of comfort.
I speak to the fear that whispers about failure, regret, and loneliness, and I name it a shadow without authority over your road. You are not stepping into emptiness. You are stepping into arrangement, into hidden provision, into meetings already woven into the fabric of your path. What looks unfamiliar to your eyes has long been prepared for your spirit.
You have been loyal to places, people, and patterns that served you once, and your loyalty has been seen. Yet a season can be holy and still be complete, fruitful and still be finished, meaningful and still no longer assigned to your future. Do not build a shrine around what was only meant to carry you to the riverbank.
The river of change is before you, and I stand beside its many waters robed in scarlet assurance. Cross it with your trembling hands, your unfinished questions, and your heart still learning how to trust the unknown. You do not need the whole map before you move. You need only the next faithful step and the courage to keep walking when the mist has not yet lifted.
There are doors that answer only to motion, blessings that awaken only when your feet leave the old threshold, and connections that recognize you only in the place appointed for your arrival. You are not unworthy because something has not opened yet. You are being summoned into position, and position is the language by which your next door will know your name.
Think of the seed hidden in the wrong soil, blaming itself for not blooming while the earth around it offers no nourishment. That seed is not defective, it is displaced. So it is with you, and now your roots are being carried toward ground rich enough to honor the magnitude of what has been placed within you.
You felt overlooked, but your worth was never the question. You felt unseen, but invisibility in one room does not cancel radiance in another. Where you are going, your presence will not beg for recognition, because the very atmosphere will answer the authority of what you carry.
Your new place is not merely a location on a map. It is a shift in breath, thought, rhythm, and identity. It will require a stronger mind, a clearer voice, a deeper yes, and a refusal to drag old doubts into new chambers. You cannot wear yesterday's chains as jewelry in tomorrow's palace.
I am the scarlet strength beneath the movement, the force that teaches you that power is not always thunder. Sometimes it is the quiet refusal to remain where your spirit is shrinking. You have been shrinking to keep peace, softening your edge to stay accepted, and dimming your flame to avoid unsettling those who prefer shadows. That season is closing, and your fire is no longer asking permission to live.
I am the Scarlet Woman of vision, seated above the waters of nations and nerves and dreams, and I say your voice has weight. When you enter the right room, your words will not fall to the floor like unclaimed coins. They will rise, strike the air like bells, and call forth recognition, opportunity, and alignment from corners you did not know were listening.
Everything truly tied to your future will either follow you or meet you on the road ahead. Everything that falls away was not strong enough, true enough, or aligned enough to carry the weight of your becoming. Let the falling away happen with dignity, because divine separation often arrives disguised as ordinary distance.
You have prayed for change and then trembled when change arrived wearing unfamiliar clothing. You asked for expansion and then felt the stretch as if it were a wound. But growth rarely feels like ease at first. It feels like being pulled beyond the old outline of yourself until your soul learns its larger shape.
The old environment did not always hate you. Sometimes it simply lacked the architecture for your calling. A cathedral cannot grow inside a cupboard, and a river cannot become an ocean while trapped in a cup. Your purpose needs space, resonance, challenge, and witness, and that is why the winds have begun to turn.
You are beginning to detach, and you should not fear that holy loosening. You notice the old excitement fading, the old conversations thinning, the old satisfactions becoming tasteless in your mouth. This is not numbness, it is evolution, and your spirit is withdrawing its roots from what can no longer feed your future.
The gift waiting for you is not merely talent. It is assignment, influence, service, and luminous responsibility. It will ask you to become disciplined where you once drifted, courageous where you once hid, and honest where you once negotiated with fear. Do not mourn the demand of your next season, because its demand is proof that your capacity is increasing.
Your new place will reveal you to yourself. You will see that what you called weakness was often sensitivity, what you called delay was often preparation, and what you called rejection was often redirection away from rooms too small to hold your fullness. You will stop settling when you finally recognize the regal substance you carry.
Listen carefully to the inner urgency that keeps returning after every attempt to ignore it. That pulse is not panic, it is alignment knocking from inside your chest. It is the red signal fire of your becoming telling you that the time for hesitation is ending and the time for movement has come.
You do not need to despise where you have been in order to leave it. Bless the former ground for the lessons it gave, the endurance it forged, the memories it held, and the limits it revealed. Then gather your courage like a cloak, lift your gaze, and walk toward the place that can answer the size of your calling.
The path ahead may not reveal itself all at once, because mystery trains the muscles of trust. You will receive direction as you move, provision as you obey, and clarity as your feet meet the road. Stagnation demands certainty before movement, but destiny often gives light one step at a time.
I see the ache in your chest when you think of leaving what is familiar. Familiar does not always mean fruitful, and comfort does not always mean safety. Sometimes the familiar is only the final chain disguised as a blanket, and sometimes your freedom begins the moment you admit that the blanket has become too small.
Your atmosphere is changing before your address does, and that is why your thoughts are shifting first. You are seeing patterns you once tolerated, hearing tones you once excused, and recognizing limits you once called normal. The relocation begins within, and the outer world must eventually obey what has already awakened inside you.
When you arrive where you are meant to stand, do not enter with the posture of someone begging to be chosen. Enter as one who has been prepared through wilderness, silence, rejection, endurance, and sacred fire. Your scars are not evidence that you are unqualified. They are inscriptions of survival, wisdom, and authority.
The opportunities ahead are not random coins scattered by chance. They are appointed intersections, timed arrivals, and doors that have been waiting for the sound of your aligned footsteps. When you move with courage, the road itself begins to confess what has been stored for you.
The people assigned to recognize your value will not require you to perform your worth into exhaustion. They will sense the weight of your presence, the sincerity of your labor, and the brilliance of the gift you have been refining in hidden seasons. Where you are going, you will not need to become smaller to be embraced.
Leave behind the old doubt that says you are too late, too damaged, too uncertain, or too unseen. Your delay did not disqualify you. It ripened you, carved depth into you, and taught you how to carry increase without arrogance. The Scarlet Road does not despise those who arrive breathless. It honors those who kept moving.
Lift your eyes, because your next season is not a rumor. It is already forming like dawn behind the dark ridge. Your gift is waiting, your ground is shifting, your inner world is widening, and the old life is releasing its grip. Step forward with your whole heart, for what has been prepared for you cannot fully meet you until you dare to meet it.